Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Netherwar, the Pentagram Peril. Thank you so much for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans. My name is Alex, and I will continue to be your humble game master for this series. Tonight, we are playing Mutants Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, which is produced by Green Rooney Publishing. It is a D20 system that focuses on exciting superhero action. The character creation system offers unlimited customization options to create your superhero, and one thing I also really enjoy is the use of hero points to encourage players to really push their characters beyond their limits. These points can be used for rerolls, player scene editing, and even modifying or improving a character's powers in a pinch. Hero points are earned by leaning into genre tropes, acting heroically, good role-playing, jokes I think are funny, and suffering setbacks just like superheroes in other media. You can also give a hero point to a hero of your choice if you follow or subscribe, or if you donate 100 bits, whatever makes you feel better. We are always happy for any support you'd like to give us. We've gathered some amazing heroes tonight. Say, hey, how are you, heroes?
Hey, how are you,
heroes?
Yeah.
I want to give everyone a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, the character they will be playing, where else we can find them, and to answer my question of the day. However, my question of the day is more of a statement of the day. I would like for you to tell the person to your right your favorite thing about them, starting with Kevin.
Okay, to my right on the screen, or to like, is that Jonesy or you?
Jonesy. So,
Okay.
Jonesy, Kat, Andy,
To my
Calvin,
right.
me.
Okay.
No.
You get
Twisted
to
around, these kind of-
you get to go circle back up, Calvin.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So my name is Kevin. When I'm not playing lots of games online or in person, I am counting down 24 more days of this school year. That's it. 24 more days. No, the kids have been great, but pandemics are no fun in a lot of ways. And yeah, so to reward the children for all their struggles, tomorrow we start state testing.
Great.
Yeah, thanks, government. Anyway, so despite my best efforts to not become Seth Rogen, I have been typecast as that speedster guy in whatever game is going. I got superheroes in the blood, and so I got a speedster vibe going on right now, whether it's Johnny Rocket or Overdrive. That's who I am in this stream. My favorite thing about Jonesy is he appreciates my taste in music as well as superheroes, and we make a good team in whatever characters we're playing. But of course, right now we're vibing the original dynamic duo of Spooky and Speedy. Over to you, Jonesy.
Hi everyone, I am Jonesy. I can be found here on Monday nights playing Mortis, the living dead guy. Apparently now the master mage of the underworld. Question mark. Other than that, I'm here on tomorrow night. I'll be back for our next to last episode of this season's of Born of Rage. Super excited. It's a bunch of shenanigans with that crew, and yeah. And other than that, you can find me on Twitter and all and Discord and all that cool stuff. Favorite thing about Kat is that I don't really know Kat as well as I know some of the other members of the team because we've only played in a couple of games, and it's my favorite thing is how welcome she made me feel, and because I'm the outcast on the West Coast, most of the crew is in the Central Ohio area, and so just made me feel welcome even though she didn't know me as well as Alex and some of the others, Andy and the others.
You gotta come for cake. You have to. Okay.
So good.
Well, I guess it's my turn then. I'm Kat. I am playing Centuria today, but Insane Centuria, which is, my specialty. I love playing her. Right now, you can only find me here on Mondays. Other than that, I'm working or in school or doing other stuff like that. So definitely keep tuning in on Mondays to see me, and then tune in on the other days to see my lovely friends in, the Untold Story Project world. So I don't really have one specific favorite thing about Andy. For some reason, when I met Andy, I feel like we just clicked, and I just have loved Andy since I met him. I just love how serious he is all the time, and then how jokey he can get, and it's just two different worlds of Andy. Like you get the serious Andy, and then you have the like I'm joking around Andy. And I don't know why, but I'm just like I was really sad because there was like a year period where I didn't see Andy at all, and I would ask Alex, and I'd be like, "Is Andy okay?" So just literally like everything about Andy. Good job, Andy, being you.
I will be me. I can do that. Yeah, I'm Andy. I'm here for Mutants and Masterminds shenanigans every Monday. Tonight we'll be back to playing Resonant, our Resident Gem Mage. And you can also find me on our YouTube channel for Storyforge, which we just released a new episode last week to preview our beginnings for Monster of the Week, which starts on Wednesday. So if you're interested at all in that system or about character creation in that system, I invite you to go check that out on our channel. Let's see, Calvin. I haven't actually played a whole lot with Calvin. I've run him in a game, one of our one-shots. But I certainly enjoy the energy and the knowledge that he brings to the characters he plays, because it's nice to actually have somebody come in and be very confident in how well they know a character.
Yeah, I just sound like that.
Hey.
But I appreciate that. Yes, I know all the bow lore. Because I had to make some of it up.
I was there when it was written.
Don't quote the bow lore to me. I was there when it was a slingshot.
I strung the bow.
Exactly. Oh gosh, should I go? Okay. So yeah, I'm Calvin. Hi. Last week I was playing some Siren, but now I'm back to the excellent, awesome archer Bowman, whom I will be playing today for everyone. As for me, you can find me here every Monday, as well as on Twitter and YouTube at Win with Dice, where usually we do like weekly GM tip podcasts. We're doing a lot of Lancer stuff this month. We've got a stream coming up. I don't know if we've announced the date yet, but it should be out soon. So just, keep an eye on our Twitter and our YouTube if you want to see more of that. It's a really fun game to play. So, to my right, so then I guess to Alex, as we loop back around. Favorite thing about Alex? I mean, like, if I have to pick, like, I don't know, I was trying to think of, like, a singular thing. Because, I don't know, I just kind of, like, really, like, from the moment we officially met, way back when? I don't know, I can really, like, respect Alex as, like, both as a person and a GM, and as just a guy who is noticeably a very hard worker, cares a lot about what he does and what he puts out there on the internet, and I really like respect the effort he puts into things. Also, he's very patient with me and my constant updates of my character sheet and my near 24 different arrows and my constant swapping of points, and I'm like, hey, I have a new thing. I'm gonna keep sending you a bunch of messages. I don't know how you didn't lose patience with me over the weekend, so that alone is
It was a beacon in an island of bad writing.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, now that I've seen the other stuff you had to deal with over the weekend, I feel like I did you a favor.
Yeah, and I'm Alex. My favorite part about Kevin is that Kevin has been one of my favorite people ever since I met Kevin. Kevin and I we met at Origins a while ago. I don't remember the first game we played together, but I remember that Kevin had this infectiousness and this enthusiasm for the story I was telling and for teaching the other players at the table how to play M&M, and I was really just, I don't know, that spoke to me as Kevin is the kind of guy I want to have around in my life. And I tricked him into sticking around, so ha.
I can tell you which game it was. It was your Justice League adventure where they crashed Mixelplix, or however you say his name's. I grew up with the Super Friends. I say Mixelplix. I know that's probably not right. When he turned the Justice League into D&D characters, that was my first Alex game. And that was amazing. So if you were ever in that game, you should.
There were 12 people in that game, and we were in the hallway at Origins.
Amazing.
That was too many
amazing.
people. But I was a
you
younger
handled it
man
well.
then. I was a younger man then. I was not yet 30.
Shut up.
It's the Legion of Superhero game with all the Legion members.
That's Paul.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paul actually does that. Paul's crazy, but
He doesn't let all of them play at the table at the same time, but he has
No, but
all
they're
of them
all
for
available.
choice. Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Paul and
That was a
I...
nice intro. I like this.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring a little positivity to go with all the Muppets we had last week. How was that only a week ago?
I feel like everybody got like a little bit of like an arrogance boost there.
That's why I put it in there as the question of the day. Next week we're doing what's your biggest area of improvement.
What is the person to your right's biggest
Oh
area?
no! We're not going there. No, we're not. I don't want to give, and I don't want to receive on that question roundabout.
I'm just gonna make Andy tell all of us what we're doing wrong and how we can
Okay.
be better.
I can live with that.
Why me?
Favorite.
Disapproving
I feel
Andy
like you
is the
could pull
best
that off,
Andy.
Andy.
Furious disapproving Andy.
But like I did want to shout out, like Andy said, we did have a new episode of Storyforge come out, and it's doing awesome. We have like 400 reviews on it online. So if anybody is interested in Monster of the Week, which we are actually getting ready to premiere in 2 days, you have a great little way to learn how the system works in the form of Andy's dulcet tones. It's very, very good. Yeah, I think without further ado, we're probably good to go ahead and get started now that everybody's in a good mood.
Woo.
Last week on Netherwar, we took a little trip down into the underworld. Mortis wasn't content to let sleeping heroes lie, and took it upon himself to go rescue the Freedom League from their graves. We entered the underworld to find that no one was being permitted in, with the Freedom League negotiating passage with Charon the Ferryman. He said, "Underworld's closed, boss's orders," but after some persuading, the gang got underway. They faced off against forces from the Netherworld, beings they'd encountered a decade ago when facing Una the first time, and triumphed. Afterwards, they had an audience with Hades, who said nether magic was pouring in across the underworld as a whole, and he made an offer to Mortis, either to give back the Freedom League or resurrect his one true love, in exchange for sealing the nether rift in Hades' own part of the underworld. Mortis bitterly accepted the Freedom League, and they set off to do Hades' bidding. The rift was located in a labyrinth Daedalus had constructed aeons ago. The League held off the monstrous nether beast that was currently patrolling the maze, while Mortis rushed into the center to close the rift. With the rift closed, the gang is now on their way back to the land of the living, where we find a different crisis unfolding. Back at the archive, we join Centuria, Bowman, Overdave, Thunderbolt, and Star Knight, along with a rampaging Darkstar, who was brought here partially against her will at the end of the events surrounding Tarvon the Undying.
I thought you said Underbolt after Overdave. That's not correct. It's Underbolt.
Underbolt, Overdave. So, Dave, you do see that Darkstar is sort of like wheeled around with a wild look in her eye, her arms flexed, ready to attack. You are much faster than everybody else, so I will go ahead and let you decide what you want to do first.
So, Dave is probably uncharacteristically angry at this point. So, like the whole, the gang is back together, harkening back to his first day at Claremont Academy when they lost 7, and the emotional roller coaster that's been. And now here is Nova going back to the dark side. He's just like, eyes are blazing. How could you do this? Do you not remember how it all started? And we came together to try and save 7, and then after all we've all been through, and then you crawl back to Omega and you wear that brand and you do his bidding. It's kind of like, and I will Let's see. I'm probably angry enough to fly in there, and knowing it's probably not going to be terribly successful, I will do my fast attack. Just trying. I realize it's probably going to hurt her too much, but just trying to shake her up. Oh, I should have put my character sheet. I'm going to do stuff like that. All the character sheets. All the time. Where are you? This is embarrassing.
It's all character sheets all the time.
Yes, yes. All right. So the old flurry o' blows coming your way. Blam. Well, that's a natural. Oh, dang it! I cooked the burst. That was a mistake.
We'll keep the natural 20 on the to hit, but
Sweet. All right. So, yeah. So that would be a 29 to hit then. So that's multi-attack, and it's a crit.
so 29 is enough to get +2 damage for multi-attack compared to her parry.
Okay. So then, the 27 with the multi-attack and 32 with a crit. Ooh, maybe that will rattle some cages.
Oh my lord! I was not expecting hands to be thrown.
Oh! Wow. I was not expecting hands to be thrown effectively.
Dang. Okay.
Huh?
32 minus 13. How do you knock her out?
So he is so furious that he is just raining blows on her, like just running around at top speed. And as she's sort of snapping her head this way and that, a lucky shot must come in, like a throat punch, and hit that nerve cluster there, and by just random luck, Overdrive puts her down. And then like his anger begins to fade. He's just like, holy crap, did I just do that? And he's like looking at Mortis and Centuria like, so I took care of it?
Thunderbolt and Star Knight are looking at each other like, are you good, man?
Centuria's just looking at you, like, with this blank expression on her face, like she doesn't even, like, literally nothing is going on behind her eyes. Just a dead look.
Oh, okay. Maybe she's in shock too. So maybe we got something to restrain her before she wakes up all angry and entropy-like, trying to blow stuff up. Anybody?
Star Knight will walk forward and take some Star Knight binders out of her utility belt.
Yeah, it's probably more effective than anything I have.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of walking around like half in a daze, like I can't believe that actually worked. Like what just happened?
Overdrive, she didn't choose to go work with Omega, right? Says Star Knight as she comes down and starts binding her up.
Well, I mean, there's choices and there's choices, right? I mean,
Well, she got abducted from the Icarus and taken to Omega.
hey, look, I don't really know you that well. I gotta tell you, it's been a rough decade, all right? So if I'm jumping to conclusions, I got my reasons.
Yeah, you and Johnny both.
Centuria will take Overdrive aside and be like, "Are you all right?"
I don't know. Like, this has been such a weird 2 weeks. Like I first became a superhero with these my friends over here, and then things ended badly, and it's been weird coming back together. And I don't know. Centuria, like,
It'll be mostly back to normal soon, I would imagine.
what does that mean? Mostly back to normal?
I mean, can it ever really go fully back to normal? For me, it can't.
So like Overdrive then feels like kind of guilty, like, oh yeah, you've been through worse stuff. Maybe I should stop the pity party. But he won't say that out loud. He's just kind of like looking guilty. Yeah, Centuria. I mean, I'm sorry about all that. That's stuff you've been through. Like,
I didn't mean that to make you feel bad. I'm just saying that now that Omega has been released and Una is obviously returning in some way, it's not going to go back to the way it was before we went on this mission. And that sucks, but I think we can try to at least return to some sort of normal we had.
Yeah.
Centuria will like reach out and like squeeze his hand, and then she'll walk back over to like Thunderbolt and
Overdrive will just kind of be looking after her thoughtfully, and then remember Tracy and look guilty again. What are you doing, Dave? What are you doing, Dave? What are you doing, Dave?
Is the archivist around?
He is. He is sort of standing back a little above everything that's going on.
Okay, Bowman is going to storm up to him. So, I mean, yeah, we're pretty clear on how we got pulled out of there. So Bowman's going to say, so that planet we just left, is it safe? Is it still leaking that energy out? You're the guy who knows things, so what do you know?
I know it's very presumptive of you to come up here and ask me questions.
Okay.
But,
I'm still asking the question.
But, since I know your type, Fletch, the world
great.
is safe.
Just say that out loud. Okay. Good. So, the Freedom League's sacrifice wasn't in vain, then?
Nor was it much of a sacrifice.
Okay. I don't know how you cosmic being types do around here, but, yeah, half of my team just died out there.
It's not really something that you people have to worry about too often, though, right?
Bowman is gonna squint. More of a glare, really. Slowly narrowing eyes.
They might.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to be a bit clearer.
They might even be healthier than you're imagining.
Okay, because I'm imagining them at a pretty low amount of health right now. Somewhere around 0.
I'm not sure how many bruises they had when they went down, but I think it was more than that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they had some bruises. Probably a bit dazed and staggered too, if that means anything to you.
He looks at you and he cocks an eyebrow.
I read the book, all right.
You were looking in the margins when you were supposed to be asking your question. Gotta change the way people get access to that book.
Give him another book.
And he says, just be mindful in the next few minutes. Something is happening.
Bowman's just gonna look around. Sure, what's happening?
Speaking of what's happening, meanwhile, in Una's sanctum, Resident, what are you up to? As you're finishing your ritual to break the connection between Una and the Netherworld.
Yeah, so Resident just finished basically taking that black-purple chain of magical energy and shattering it in her hands. And she's gonna kind of settle for a second or two, and she can still feel the hand on her back, and she's just gonna kind of reach up and put hers on it, and then kind of turn around and look at Seven for the first time since she arrived.
Yeah, and sure enough, standing there behind you is Seven, as far as you can tell. She looks a little worse for wear. Her skin's a little paler than you remember. And her robe, instead of just being that pure jet black that you're used to seeing with her, or the purple, is it's got mixes of the green and the gold that you remember from Una's outfit.
Yeah, I remembered seeing a little bit of that and commenting how she stole my color scheme. She's just gonna kind of...
And 7 sort of statics. She vibrates in front of you.
Okay. Gemma's gonna reach up and kind of wipe the tears out of her eyes, and she's gonna say, Are you really here, or am I just seeing things?"
The answer to that question is more complicated than the time I have left to give it.
Okay.
Things are happening.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to get back to Earth. I need you to get back to your team. And I need you to stop me.
Stop you? What do you mean?
And she seems sort of lost for words. She seems a little scatterbrained now that the moment has passed. And she kind of looks at you and... Stop me. You have to stop me.
Okay. Okay.
And she sort of grits her teeth and she tries to smile at you. She says, but you can't do it in a spacesuit. And she will extend her palm and she will try to conjure some magic into you. If you want to take that sort of... If you want to take control of that, Andy.
Yes. Yeah, so the mix of the Master Mage energy from the 7 Una hybrid kind of melds with Gemma's own Master Mage magic, and for lack of a better way of describing this, you get the Cinderella effect, kind of starting at the head and working way down. A circlet appears on Gemma's forehead with the diamond set in it. It kind of goes down. The choker that she's been wearing becomes a little bit more ornate and actually matches the circlet, and the malachite is set in that. On her shoulders and on the rest of her body is a black, gold, and green kind of slip gown with a hood. It starts off and does the ombre style, so it starts off at black at the neck and works its way down to the forest green at the base, and she ends up wearing a pair of black superhero tights and a pair of knee-high laced at the side boots, which with the same gold which she used to have as a teenager, and her gloves change from being just kind of very standard like theater gloves to being a little bit more high-tech looking, a little bit more open with a few more designs built into them, and there's space for all 4 gems on each, 2 gems on each one at the palm, and then one up at the or one on the back of the palm, and the other one back at the back towards the forearm. And as the magic kind of matches at the bottom, Gem is going to kind of take a look at it and say, this looks like my mom's. And when she looks back up, the 7 isn't there anymore.
Beautiful. For anybody at home who wants to know, we officially have adult art for Resonant.
Yay!
And I'm going to flash her up on the screen just for everybody to see at home, just for a little while.
Oh, I did forget about the golden sash that she wears around her waist.
So, Gemma no longer has to wear a spacesuit.
Nope.
Although I kind of want to see Gemma's spacesuit as an action figure.
It's the
Season 2.
It's the chase figure. It's only one per case.
Ooh.
But why does our Master Mage action figure come with a spacesuit? That seems like a weird accessory.
Watch the story, young one.
Space magic.
It's weird. They gave Doctor Strange a stand mixer in this box.
Oh, we'll have.
It's his WandaVision tie-in.
We'll have Peter Dinklage do a cover tune parody of Space Pants, but it'll be Space Suit.
Here for it. Awesome. So yeah, Resident, you find yourself sort of standing in this new uniform in what's quickly evaporating. It was Una's sanctum, but you see that the color in here is going gray. The magic is slowly cycling out, and you can actually start to feel the pressure of the vacuum of space starting to break into this chamber that you found your way into before you separated its connection to the terminus.
I'm just gonna. Gemma's gonna smile wryly and just go. And you said I wasn't gonna need the spacesuit, Seven. And she'll pop open the Alternity Atlas and blip back to the archivist's location.
Beautiful. All right. So, Resident, you do appear pretty much as soon as the archivist is telling Bowman, just stick around for a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. And as Resident pops back in, Mortis and the surviving members of the Freedom League also pop back in.
Pop. Two teleport pops at once.
Oh, that's what you meant.
I can be coy.
You know what? I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna leave that alone. He's just gonna turn and, I guess, look at the Freedom League, probably with an actual smirk for the first time that he's had since, meeting the people who have just showed up here, the Liberty League. He's been in a bit of a dour mood, but now he actually seems happy.
Centuria has like the biggest goofy grin on her face and just like launches herself at Daedalus.
You guys are back already. That was... Wow.
Resident's gonna kind of walk over and stand next to Dave and give him a big hug.
Hey, you really spruced up that spacesuit. Nice. Dave will hug her back like, it's good to see the old gang together.
And she'll look up at Dave because she's slightly shorter than him, even with the heels. I am truly sorry for running out on you guys. I didn't think what it would do. It was selfish, and heroes aren't supposed to be selfish.
I could have been paying better attention to what you were going through too. So I mean, I gotta own some of that.
And she'll tap your arm and like in a follow me motion, and she'll head over to Mortis.
Okay.
She will do the same thing to him. I don't think she has to reach up quite as high to get to Mortis though for the hug. I think your little scheme worked there.
Dave will pile on for a group hug because the last
Yeah.
he saw Mortis, he was going after the Freedom League to get their lives back. You did it.
Mostly, yeah.
Looks a little bit more than mostly. Unless there's something you're not telling us.
Yeah, spooky. You okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Okay, well, and she'll kind of she'll release the hug and kind of push everybody back, and then she'll look over to the Freedom League and Daedalus and say, I ran into Seven in Una's...
You did what?
I ran into Seven when I went to break Una's connection to that realm. It was the only way I could think to stop Tarvon and Omega from draining any more of the nether magic. So I came back here, I made the archivist pull you all out to get you to safety, and then I went and I tried to undo the connection that Una had to that world. I only managed because Seven showed up. She's still alive, from what I can tell, but I don't think she's fully herself. She told me that I needed to get the team back together and we had to stop her.
We have to stop her.
Yes, that's what she said. We have to get back to Earth. Something is happening. She wasn't very clear. She was like static on an old TV. Something.
Still out there, so we can still save her.
I think so.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So you can you find your way back to this place where she was, this, I don't know, magic dimension planet?
I literally broke Una's sanctum into magical pieces. If I didn't leave, I would have been sucked into the vacuum of space. And well, as you can see, I don't have the ability to survive in space anymore.
Yeah, no, we'll have a conversation about the spacesuit later, probably with Daedalus. I'm a bit more concerned about the seeing seven part right now.
Well, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting either. If we get back to Earth and maybe there's something we can do there within the Nexus. Maybe we can figure out what's going on. But Bowman, I think the worst case scenario is that Seven and Una are fighting for control of one form now.
So when Seven said we had to stop her, that's what she... No, we'll go down to the Nexus, we'll find some magic GPS or whatever, we'll go over there, we'll pry the two of them apart, and we'll figure it out from there.
Bowman, I appreciate your candor on the matter, but it's probably not going to be as simple as that. But, after everything we have survived since meeting the Liberty League, I suspect that this is something that is possible, and it is something that we will need their help with. Do you agree, Bowman?
Bowman's gonna look over the assembled Liberty League here. And then this is, I assume, Daedalus talking, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
You didn't use your Paul voice.
I thought it was the Archivist for a sec. I was I got plenty of arrows here for you, buddy.
No, I wish you all would take this drama away from my house. Can you have this conversation at home?
You guys are still here? So Bowman is going to, as he's looking at the assembled Liberty League, he will say, if it wasn't for all of them, we'd probably still be mind controlled, or that planet would have been destroyed and all the people on it, or that magic would have been absorbed by that shadow guy, or I don't know, something with Omega probably. They're the reason everyone is here right now. I mean, Mortis, he just went and got your souls from wherever the hell they were, or whatever the hell they were in. They're good people.
I agree, and I think we have to work together if we're going to solve this Netherwar crisis, with the Liberty League taking point on the magical happenings of what's going on. I would like to offer each of you a chance to join the Freedom League, if you desire.
Oh, wow.
And Shuri is like jumping up and down and like clapping her hands, like, yay!
Resonant's gonna look back and forth between Overdrive and Mortis. It's kind of like
Overdrive's doing the same thing. Like, think about that, huh? Do the faces.
I looking at Mortis because he's probably the one that might have the biggest hang up about this.
And he's staring at Daedalus. Are you sure? I could be kind of a PR nightmare.
Derek, you have done a lot in your life, and you have redeemed yourself for a lot. And I think you're on the path of righteousness. But again, I don't want to force anybody into any sort of relationship that they don't want to be a part of. Being in the Freedom League is a responsibility, and it does come with its own inherent dangers. Our enemies would become your enemies, and your problems would become our problems. But I think with this Netherwar crisis that's going on with Una and Seven, our powers combined would be better than separate.
I think I agree with you, Daedalus. Can you do me one thing if I do join?
Do you need a spacesuit?
No. I would request that the Freedom League spend a little bit more time outside of your steel and glass tower in the neighborhoods outside of the city proper. I've spent a lot of time since I retired keeping sections of the neighborhoods safe for the people that live there. And there's just, it's not as flashy as living in the city. I get it. The kaiju don't rampage there, but there's still trouble that could be mitigated if there was some sort of presence. Could you at least look into that?
Yes, of course. Of course. There's been a lot going on the sort of macro scale, and I think you are correct, Gemma, in saying that we may have lost sight of some of the, not the smaller things, but the more ordinary things. I'm happy to contribute resources to helping in that capacity in the city and outside the city.
If you're willing to do that, then I will lend you my talents. We need to stop this, and we need to save Seven.
We do need to save Seven. Yeah, I feel the same way, Jupe. And also, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I will throw your hero point on the table per your usual request. So there's a free hero point out there for anybody who wants to use it.
Excellent. So
Actually, if you guys give me just a second, I'm going to go close that window so the lawn mowing stops. So, but continue as you are, though. I won't go to break. Just go ahead and just chat with each other.
So.
Oh, should we keep doing in character? Okay.
Well, Centuria is happy to be here and be part of this.
Yeah, I don't know if this would have been particularly noticeable, but Bowman did kind of, I guess, perk up or pay a bit more attention as Resident was talking about the more street level issues and dealing with them directly. But we'll probably wait until
we can
after the conversation is over.
So with Gemma basically telling Daedalus that she'd join, she's going to kind of elbow over Dave and get him to actually say something rather than make his faces.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know what to say here. What, isn't it? Kind of that calm, level-headed leader type. Like, what do we say?
You say yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. And he kind of looks at Resident like, is that good?
She would reach up. She would reach up and tousle your hair if you weren't so darn tall.
Centuria does like run up to over Dave when he says yes and hugs him, and then awkwardly is like, "Oh shoot," and let's go and like stands like put away from him.
Oh, so just as Overdrive was starting to relax into the hug, then she tenses up and pulls back.
Yep.
And there's that guilty.
Can't enjoy it. You got a girlfriend.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold the thought that tried to escape my head, and we're not gonna
We're not going to go that path.
We're not going to go that path.
That
Was
is
it
an
the goalie thing, Alex? I swear to God.
No, it was not that. Don't worry about the goalie thing. Nobody needs to know about the goalie thing now that I'm engaged.
That was like 6 years ago, Alex, though, so.
Mortis, are you okay?
Yeah. Just a lot on my mind. Sure, I guess I can lend a hand. And join maybe as a reservist if you'll have me.
Yes, in whatever capacity makes the most sense.
Spooky, you pull people out of the underworld. I think you rate higher than reservists. It's all good, bro.
Yeah, there's some stuff you don't know. We should probably talk later.
Okay.
Well, in that case, it settles it. You all are on 7 duty. I'm going to nominate you as the team in charge of that, and I'm going to assign Bowman and Centuria to you until such a time as we have a solution to this.
Yeah, I was gonna assign myself to 7 duty if you wouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Dad.
The rest of us will continue our efforts, keeping non-7 related issues at bay, and helping with the community.
You can't voluntold me if I voluntold myself.
Well,
You can't hire me. I'm taking the job.
Splendid. Well, this is all excellent news. How do we get out of here?
Resident will pull out the alternative atlas and say, well, it's close quarters, everybody. I can take us back to the Icarus. And she'll use the alternative atlas to port everyone back to the Icarus.
Excellent.
Where does she get such wonderful toys?
The Nerean Nexus.
For all your Nerean needs.
Yep.
Episode 5 of Netherwar.
Didn't get the book till episode 6.
Yeah,
Dude, we should do that more often, like comic books of back in the old days. Like, we'll reference an earlier issue, just, for a little sidebar thing.
See episode 6 for more details.
Yeah.
Watch episode 5, True Believers.
You may recognize.
Oh man!
Slipping in editor's note.
What do you mean? Everything out of Alex's mouth is an editor's note.
Ah.
True that.
That is true. So all of you teleport away back to the Icarus, and there's a brief little moment where the archivist and Scrivener Jones are sitting together in the archive, in the peace and quiet of everything. And Scrivener's like, couldn't you have just sent them away back home, like all the way home? He's like, I feel like I did enough for these guys for today.
Wow.
Glad it's quiet finally again.
Oh, as he says, it's quiet once again. Gemma will pop back into the archivist, walk up to him, give him a hug, and say thank you, and then pop back out.
I don't know if I'm more excited that I got a hug, or upset that my silence was interrupted again. Somewhere there's a robo-brain who knows exactly how I feel. Anyway, you all appear back on the Icarus, and you are free to depart back to Earth. We'll sort of fast forward through your journey back from Vazatok, and you.
Okay.
I'll be looking at the portals until we go to like warp speed or whatever, just making sure that Loma's life creep isn't lurking outside the portal somewhere. Like, that was not good. That was really bad.
Bowman did want a moment to have a brief conversation with Resonant, if that would be not too interrupting.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go crazy.
So hopefully just trying to find a moment where they can be alone and have this conversation. I don't know how spacious this ship is.
The Icarus isn't super spacious, but there is a private. There's room enough that you could find privacy.
Okay, so I guess at some point Bowman just kind of like silently signals to Resonant and then like gestures towards like a dark corner or something.
Okay.
Can't find a
She'll kinda
gargoyle to
walk-
brood on.
she'll walk over and say, I'm not good with the lighting. You know, that that would probably be more overdrive if you wanted the lights fixed. I mean, Daedalus is on the ship now too, so.
Oh no, the lighting is fine for my purposes.
Okay. What
I
do you need?
actually had something I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay.
Outside of the matters regarding Seven, you mentioned during that conversation how the League should spend more time on things that are happening that aren't normally within our purview. How easily we can miss things when we're up so high in a tower and things are just happening out there on the ground. I know someone who you can maybe talk to about doing something like that if you're interested.
Oh, definitely like to help out. I mean, like I told Daedalus, I spent a lot of time outside of the city proper, right? I have a shop, um, and the neighborhood I live in, it's relatively safe, but you know, crime still happens, and it's not always the petty thieves and the kids getting up to trouble. Sometimes it's the aftermath of what happens in the city. It's the minions that are masterless, or the machines that are controllerless that make their way out, and it's I think it's gotten outside of the league's sight that stopping the big bad doesn't stop everything else.
That is something I've been wanting to hear from the League for a long time. Look, I'll set something up. Just keep your ears open and keep your phone on.
Sure. Did you want to exchange contact?
Oh well, I guess we should. Yeah. I had Resident doesn't know Bowman's identity, right?
No.
He's gonna look over his shoulder as if there's anyone here who doesn't know. And then he's just gonna like tilt up the mask a bit and say, "Okay, yeah, sure. Let's just do this really quick." And he will.
Off the mask. Oh. Okay.
I'm really sorry. I don't recognize you at all.
Uh, I spent 3 years at the Claremont Academy and a few years with Mortis and Overdrive after Seven's disappearance, and then I retired for the most part. So it's Gemma.
He'll nod and say, "It's Fletcher, but you can call me Fletch."
All right, Fletch. Everything's better between us now. I feel like you don't seem as conflicted anymore.
I had a certain image of your team in my head, and I've realized now, after everything I've seen, I realize now I wasn't being fair to all of you. So I guess I owe you a you know.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
And if you could tell everyone else, that would be good for me as well.
sure, I can be the middleman, woman.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
Contact info, and then
Yeah.
you can go briefly just do that.
And then he'll be like, "Can I brood under the darkness?" You can go.
Yeah, just
I'm just
come
gonna
back in
stay
like
here.
15 minutes.
It's like I'm just gonna stay here for a bit.
I'm just picturing the like, all right, I'm gonna add you on Facebook now.
Well, there's no Wi-Fi here, but I looked up your name, so when we get back.
I looked up your business on Yelp. It sounds pretty cool.
Yes.
All right, so you all make your way back to Earth. Will Smith's waiting there to punch you in the face.
Welcome back to Earth.
Wow.
And yeah, the Icarus unloads, you do sort of disperse out into the city to go off and get some R&R after a very harrowing experience both in the Terminus and in the underworld. So
As soon as Resonant steps off the ship, her phone just does that vibrate for like 5 minutes straight, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh no.
oh no."
yeah, you all do look on your various timekeeping devices and realize that it has been about 2 weeks since you left for the Terminus.
Yikes.
It has not felt like 2 weeks that you have been gone.
There's a lot of "oh no, oh no, oh no" from Gemma.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have a thing to go take care of. I'll see you all at the next team meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look over Overdrive. Are you going to be on the couch as well?
I should probably find out if I have a job first, but yeah, then yeah.
Oh no, is anyone calling Centuria?
Nope.
Is she the only one?
Centuria, you have one notification, and it's from Davey.
Wow.
Thank you, Davey, for making me feel like I'm not alone in this place.
It says, "I missed you while you were on the ship.
Miss you
Thanks for coming back into Wi-Fi range."
This is such a child's play moment. Like, that thing is gonna just go psycho and murder us all at some point. I can feel it.
too. He's a good dog.
He's a good doll that regenerates now.
Yeah.
No such thing.
I'm alive!
What was the Chucky doll? What was that series of dolls that he was from?
The
Was it
good guy dolls.
The good guy dolls. Yeah. Good guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Well, as everyone is like departing to go check on their stuff, Centuria will sadly walk off with Davy in her pocket towards the one place.
Daedalus go with you, Centuria.
Aw.
He doesn't have any notifications coming in either. Most of the people he cares about were with you all.
Same.
Yeah, Dave is mostly going to check on his job first, just because he's trying to figure out what to say to Tracy, because he's feeling really guilty about the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Overdrive because that's the most tormenting to me, and I enjoyed it.
Wow, thanks.
Rude.
Rude. Yeah,
There it is.
there it was.
Dave, on your way to New
Okay.
Horizon Media, you do have a doctor's note appear in your email from Daedalus, referencing some other situation that called you away for the last 2 weeks to excuse you from work.
Man, this job has perks. I like it. So I will zip into my office real quick, change the civvies, print that email off, and apologetically approach my supervisor like, "Yeah, hey, I'm really sorry that I couldn't call in. I was really not doing well.
You know, it's horrible that you got hit by that bus.
Yeah, I mean,
We sent flowers. Did you get them?
I didn't, but like I was kind of in and out of consciousness a lot over the last 2 weeks. It's definitely a mess. Thank goodness for all this super science medicine we got now these days, right?
Well, you think you could start on Friday?
Yes, I absolutely. What day of the week is it right now?
Oh, it's like Tuesday.
Oh, yes, I will definitely be ready for work by Friday. Yes.
All right, something came in. We need you to cover. They're opening a new exhibit at the Super Museum in Freedom City.
Okay.
All about that Eldritch guy, the Master Mage, who died a long time ago.
So he'll probably like pale a little bit, like. Yeah, the Master Mage guy. Yeah, good.
Is that a problem, David?
No, sir. I can definitely, cover that story. So is this like a black tie event?
Yeah, you're gonna want to get your tuxedo out of cold storage or wherever you keep it when you're not wearing wrestling t-shirts.
Yo, that's the wrong character. Oh, sorry. So I will, find my tux. That's exactly what I should take care of next. Yes, sir. I'll get right on that, and then, now that I'm conscious again, I'll be able to check my emails more regularly, and so you just let me know if anything else comes up. I'll be right on that, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna want to proofread a lot of the stuff your intern did for you while you were gone too.
Oh,
You got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'll get right on that, sir.
But
yes, sir.
take your time, ease back into it. Don't feel like you have to go sprinting back into danger.
I like that metaphor. That's very good, sir. Yes, I'll take care of it.
See to it that you do, David. And he'll say, get out of my office.
Okay.
Out of my office. Parker, get out of my office.
Now I'm picturing him as J. Jonah Jameson. This is terrible.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was picturing it was Morgan Edge, so
That's a little dark. Oh, this is Freedom League dark. I forgot. Okay.
I don't want excuses. I want pictures of Overdrive.
He's a menace.
Total aside, I've been rifling through my back issue bins, and I was reading the run of New Avengers, where they like reveal the team because Sentry's Tower kind of popped up in the middle of New York, and they don't have a choice. And Captain America gives J. Jonah Jameson the speech, like he's on the team now. You need to deal with it, and so he acts like he's cool with it, and then he blasts all of the Avengers in his op-ed. Like, I feel like that's what's about to happen.
That Overdrive is really little. He terrorizes people. He's made out of plastic. Is that right?
No, dude, that's. I mean, I'll look into that, sir. Yeah, for the story. So depending on what time of day it is, I guess I will either start proofreading or find a flower shop and then go see Tracy.
I was gonna say you're not going home.
If she's at home, then yes.
She is at home.
Okay. Zip flowers. Zip.
Zip back money on the counter.
Oh, I forgot that part. Wealth system. Tracy, baby. Hey, it's me. Everything okay? I like get ready to duck in case she's throwing stuff.
She comes over to the door and she opens it, but she doesn't open the little chain thing.
Hey, look. I know this is gonna sound dumb, but I was in another dimension, and it wasn't cell service. Big superhero stuff. I wouldn't just like disappear on you like that if I had any choice. But we were on other planets and other dimensions, and it was a big kind of mess thing. Hey! Man, and the chat is throwing me under the bus.
We're gonna have our own Clone Saga. It's gonna be great. She says, "Yeah, I get that it was dangerous, or and you couldn't get a hold of me or whatever. But what's the deal with her?" And she kind of holds up a picture of you and Centuria together.
Where did that come from?
They got it at this pizza place right on Centennial. It's been all over TMZ.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, so like Centuria, sort of arrived here a couple years ago, and you see this Centuria looks very different. She's from an alternate timeline, and things are like super messed up, and like we were all dead in that timeline. So I'm just being a good friend, and that's all. A good friend and a good teammate. So she's going through some stuff.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
I love that it's deception.
Imagine your boyfriend comes home and this is the story he's telling.
11. Oh, the fates are cruel.
11.
Doghouse.
one might even say colleagues.
She says, "Look, Dave, I'm tired. I don't really have the time to talk about this right now. But I guess you can come home."
Okay, thanks. I mean, I missed you. I got you flowers.
You can't just come rushing in with flowers and expect everything to be okay.
I didn't rush. I like knocked like a normal person and everything.
And she unlocks the door thing, and she'll let you in.
Okay. So like I'll kind of reach out like for a hug. See.
Not yet.
Oh.
Not right now. We're not there yet right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put these in water so they don't die and wither and die. Yeah, I'll put these in water. And I'll slink off to the kitchen.
And she will go back to the couch, and she will put herself in a blanket, and she will open up her tablet and put her headphones back in.
You want some dinner? Want me to cook something? Want me to throw something together?
I ordered DoorDash already.
Okay.
DoorDash exists.
It's run by speedsters.
Yep.
Oh boy.
DoorDash is a superhero.
Oh.
Yeah, there's just one. There's just one.
The implications of that.
Ordered a different speedster.
Oh, hey! I don't like where this story's going.
And she seems a little cold, a little distant, but she doesn't. No, by the end of the night, she will, give your hand a squeeze, and she sort of breaks down a little bit, and she was worried.
Okay, that's good.
There's still a weird gulf there, but
Yes.
It's not
Mind
the,
is racing.
It's not the Marianas Trench anymore.
Mortis, where does Derek go?
Derek goes home.
Awesome.
He's going to go back to his apartment and check in on Nick and see how Nick's doing and all that stuff.
Mortis, you come home, and Nick throws the door open. He's very excited to see you. He jumps out, basically grabs you in a big hug. Says, "Oh my God, I was so worried about you. I didn't know what was. You went to space. You left me in the van.
Yeah.
What happened in space?
A lot.
Wait a minute. You smell like the underworld. Did you go to the underworld too?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot going on.
We're drinking.
Let's go inside and yeah, and take Nick inside and yeah. So we went off to space. We ended up in the Terminus. Apparently that's the area that you remember that Omega guy that trashed everything a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the area he rules over. The Freedom League was in trouble, so we did what we needed to do, and we helped them out, and things went south pretty badly.
The Freedom League was in trouble, and you saved the day. That doesn't sound like it went too bad.
Well,
I mean, things are probably pretty bad if we're the ones who have to save the day when it comes to the Freedom League, but
yeah. Well, 4 of them almost didn't make it out. 4 of them didn't make it out, actually. And that's why I went down to the underworld.
did you see?
Daedalus and Johnny Rocket and Siren and too many weeks.
Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty. Thank you. Yeah, all ended up on Hades' control in the underworld.
Holy shit, babe! You saved the Freedom League.
Well, they kind of saved themselves. I was just, the tour guide.
You need to quit doing that. They would still be down there if it wasn't for you going down there with your soul vault and using your special powers to bring them out.
So I'm a Freedom League member now? Kind of shrug.
I don't know if Nick would squeal, but he has a squealing face on. I'm so proud of you. We're like legit now, Derek.
Sort of, yeah. I don't know how some of my former bosses are going to feel about that, but yeah.
Fuck them. What do you think the school's gonna think? Can you quit at the school? Do you have to be a janitor anymore?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I get a paycheck. I guess it's a check. I still have rent to pay, so I don't know.
Give me Daedalus's email address. I'll get this all sorted out for you.
Nick has become Mortis's PR.
Pretty much.
You never think of the right questions to ask.
I guess not.
You know what? No, it doesn't matter. We're celebrating tonight. I am so proud of you for this. You should be proud of yourself.
I am.
And we had a couple of contractors show up at the bar while you were gone, and we were able to get some work done on some of the renovations. So we'll take you down there in the morning. We'll show you some of that. But yeah, tonight we're going to order whatever you want, and we are going to just celebrate.
Sounds like a good plan to me. I missed you.
You didn't even notice I was gone. Centuria, where do you go?
Centuria goes back to the Freedom League building. What is it called?
Freedom Hall.
I mean, I almost said Freedom Hall, and then I was like, that's going to be wrong, and I'm going to sound stupid. Okay, so she goes back to Freedom Hall, and she's just sort of like moping around because in her timeline, she would have went back to her and Overdrive's house where they had like a dog and like they had like a whole life together, but now she doesn't really have anything to come back to. So she's just trying to figure out what she's going to do. So she's going to like shower and change into her clothes, like jeans and a t-shirt or something. She's just going to sort of like mope around, feel sorry for herself.
So while Centuria is sort of moping around feeling sorry for herself, there is a knock at Centuria's chamber.
I'll walk up like and open the door.
And you see the expressionless face of Thunderbolt, just the blank white void of his mask, standing in the hallway.
Hey.
Are you okay, Kate?
You know, Ray, no, but do you want to like, y'all have movies here?
Yeah. We've got movies here.
Do you like movies?
He seems very like stiff and like sure, I guess.
Can we go see like a movie?
Do you want to go out or do you want to stay in and use the projector that Daedalus has?
I don't care. I want popcorn and I want Davey to see it too.
Okay, we can do that. Anything in particular you want to see?
No. Less death, the better.
Oh man, no Chucky.
Yeah, cool. I think Daedalus has a car here we could borrow. There's a drive-in just outside of Freedom City. We could, or we could fly, if you want to drive, we can drive.
I think I want to drive.
Yeah.
Well, I probably shouldn't drive. I haven't driven in over 10 years.
Davey shouldn't drive either.
Davey can drive, but no, probably not. The car is pretty big for him.
Just give me a booster seat.
Some stilts.
And Ray will say, "Okay, I'll be back in just a little bit." I think there's something showing. It's not no murder or anything like that. It's supposed to be some kind of light romantic comedy sort of deal. If that's okay with you.
Are you okay with that? I don't remember you being a huge romantic comedy person.
You know, I think everybody's a romantic comedy fan after the Terminus.
Okay, Ray.
I can use some Kristen Wiig in my life.
She's gonna. Who's Kristen Wiig?
She's a celebrity. Don't worry about it. She's a funny lady. She's on Saturday Night Live.
Okay, and she'll sit down on her bed and like wait for him to come back and just like, we're gonna be okay, Davy. We're gonna be okay.
Do you think so?
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say it's gonna be okay, Centuria.
Well, you don't keep me here as a yes man. I figured you wanted me to be honest.
Ooh.
Read the room, Davy.
You seem really sad, and I feel like, I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I feel like maybe you're trying to fill the void in your heart for Dave with somebody else.
That's not what this is. We're just going to the movies as friends.
You didn't tell him that.
Was I supposed to?
I don't know, I'm not good at social cues, I'm a doll.
Should we invite someone else? Huh?
That feels like a shitty thing to do. Let's text Gemma.
Okay. Shouldn't... I mean, you're here, though. Why would I invite you if it was a date?
I don't think he thinks I'm a person.
Disrespectful.
See what I've been
I'll take
dealing with?
Gemma.
And Ray will come back with the car, and he'll help load you and Davey up. Gemma, you do get a text message from Centuria.
What does
Hey,
it say?
Ray, I invited my friend Gemma. Is that okay?
Roll an insight check.
I feel so shitty. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
15.
He says it's okay, but I'll let you decide if he believes that or not.
Because Davy had pointed it out, I think she'll pick up a little bit. But I just feel really bad now. But she's like, well, maybe if things don't work out with Dave, like I can date this energy being.
What does the message to Gemma say?
It says, hey, I think I accidentally asked Thunderbolt out on a date, and I need to get out of that. So can you come to the movies with us?
Oh my lord.
You get a text back that says, as much as I would love to help you out with that, actions have consequences. Learn to deal with them. See you tomorrow.
My heart.
Yeah.
Delete.
Man, when we go see the movie, I'm just gonna make Davey sit in between us.
Oh, no.
Doesn't try anything.
Davey's just sitting there quiet, but you.
Oh, man.
Davey has his own bucket of popcorn and his own giant soda. At the end of the movie, both are gone.
Right, like that's what I was gonna say.
And just like that, we've turned into Riverdale. Oh, oh my god.
Damn.
This is uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Oh, this is glorious.
Do you want to describe what the movie's like?
What year is this? Are we in 2020?
It's like 2025.
2025? Oh shit, then I have to actually make up a movie.
I thought we were in 2019.
2019.
Yeah, well-
Yeah, it was 2019. You're right, 2019.
Alex. What came out? Ooh, it's that. No, that came out last year. I don't know. It's just like a almost like 27 Dresses-esque movie that's just like happy. You feel good during it, but I feel awkward now and I can't really enjoy it because I didn't think I was asking Thunderbolt out on a date, but apparently everyone else thought I was. So I'm feeling really uncomfortable and I'm trying to enjoy this movie, the first movie I've seen in like 10 years, and I'm not doing a very good job of it and I'm being really fidgety.
Awesome. Thunderbolt is a perfect gentleman for what it's worth. He also doesn't pick up on cues very well, so he doesn't 100% know that he's in trouble. This may just be Davey messing with both of you.
He's not in trouble, I just feel bad.
And at the end of the night, he'll take you home and drop you at your room at Freedom Hall.
She like runs into the room before he has a chance to like do anything. She doesn't jingle her keys or anything. Nothing. She just goes.
Smooth.
Thanks.
No, I think you're playing hard to get.
Oh.
Well, I've got other things to deal with, like the fact that Dave is probably sitting in bed with another woman right now, and I am alone.
Hey, this is about your awkward moment, not mine.
Centuria, at that point, your phone buzzes, and you look at it, and you have an email that says you have an appointment at Phoenix Books at 10 a.m. tomorrow for a hour-long massage and a half-hour-long Reiki session.
Wants to gossip.
I love it.
Well, okay. And then she'll, get ready for bed.
Awesome.
Scene.
Gemma, you
yeah,
you have a bunch of notifications from your customers, but you only have one message from Sam, which is just like a skull noose emoji.
Sheesh.
Oh gosh, yeah. So, looking through, kind of glancing through everything as she's walking off the dropship, kind of magics herself back into some sort of civilian clothing. And just as she's scrolling through everything, and then she hits send on Sam's contact.
It rings half of a ring before she picks up.
Sam, I am so sorry.
Where have you been?
I've been away, and I didn't mean to be away for as long as I was. I swear, I was not supposed to be gone for that long.
Cool. Well, I did my best for like 4 days, and then I flipped the close sign closed, and I haven't gone back since, so I don't know what's at the shop right now.
It's fine. I tell you what.
Karen said she was going to firebomb the place.
You let me deal with Karen. I can handle her. Take the next couple of days. I'll pay you for the time that after you close the shop. Don't worry about that.
You're damn right
I'll get
you
it.
will. They came to my house, Gemma.
How did they find you?
I don't know.
Okay, I will take care of that too. Take a couple more days. I'll get everything settled at the shop. If you don't want to come back, that's fine. If you do, I do want to get you trained. Fully. I think you handled yourself pretty well while I was gone. I think you're ready for it.
Wow. That's huge, Gemma. Yeah, I'll, I guess I'll see you in a couple of days, if Karen doesn't kill you.
She won't. She can try.
It's Karen, right?
She can try, but, that's what the police are for. Did you file a report?
No, I didn't want to get the police involved.
Why?
They don't usually make the situation better.
Okay. We still have the email, or was it a phone call?
It was an in-person visit.
You checked the security tapes?
No, I don't have a security camera.
We have a security camera at the shop, Sam.
I'm talking about at my house. What are you talking about?
I thought she did this at the shop. She did this at your home?
She came to see me at my house, Gemma. She came to see me at the shop, too, but she was not as angry then.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Let me put things in order. And I'll see you in a couple days, okay?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Truly. I was not supposed to be gone for 2 weeks.
It's okay. I hope you, found yourself or whatever you were trying to do while you were gone. Did you go to India or something?
Nothing so exotic.
Did you live, laugh, love?
No, Sam, no.
Hmm.
But I think I did. I think I came to terms with something that I hadn't managed to.
Hmm.
So, in some ways, the trip was worth it.
Did you go to Burning Man? What happened?
Look, Sam, I will see you in a couple days. Let me. I've got a lot of sorting of things to do to get people sorted, and I have a Karen to deal with, apparently.
All right. Well, yeah. Just let me know when you want me to come in, and I'll come in and start training, and I'll help as best I can.
Let's say it Thursday, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
You do have some mail at the shop,
All right. Okay. Thanks.
and she'll hang up.
All right. So Gemma's making notes on her phone as she's walking back to the shop. Specifically, she will actually put out a message to Karen and invite her to the shop for a free session.
Uh-oh.
Better not be tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh no, it's this evening still.
Yeah, you almost immediately get an email back. She's like, I will definitely be there. I am so far out of alignment.
She's about to tear you up.
So then Gemma will basically, she'll get to the shop, she'll pull in the mail, she'll start going through the packages that have arrived, shelving books, getting the rooms set back up, just kind of doing all the stuff Sam would have done had she been at the shop.
Awesome.
Dealing with the emails, actually setting up a session for every member of the Liberty League to come by the shop. So every member would have gotten an email for a time and a set on Wednesday.
Awesome. You have a couple of other letters that immediately jump out at you. One is in this sort of gold leaf envelope that has this scrawling greenish purple text. And that one says, "Hello, Gemma. I am sending this invitation to you directly in the hopes that you'll be present for the grand opening of the new Adrian Eldrick exhibit opening at the Freedom City Super Museum. This tribute to the former Master Mage is going to be unveiled in a formal gala for museum patrons and distinguished guests and will feature pieces from throughout our lives together. It is my hope as a luminary of our fair city that you will consider attending the grand opening. Refreshments will be provided. Sala."
She'll kind of look at it over and say, "Oh, Sala, of course." And
There is
she'll
also
kind
a
of,
letter from the Better Business Bureau.
she'll look at that. She'll just kind of push it aside, and she'll like magic the invitation to basically let Sala know that she's responding yes.
Awesome. Ooh, a secret RSVP. I'm here for it.
Yes. I'm assuming Sala would have done something like that.
Yeah.
And
Alex didn't think of it, but Sala definitely thought of it.
Yes. Then she'll take a look at the BBB thing and see the complaint, assuming.
Yep. This is the first complaint you have received from the Better Business Bureau. We're not taking it very seriously, but just so you know that this is something that somebody has brought to our attention.
And it's basically Karen's complaint about not being open and not providing service.
Yep. Not providing service, but also not providing a reasonable amount of time to pursue additional services elsewhere.
Which seems like an odd thing to say because there's probably plenty of massage and Reiki in the city, so that Karen could have gone anywhere else.
I can't just go anywhere else, Gemma.
Y'all don't mess around.
All right. Well, she will set up for Karen.
Awesome. She does get there in about an hour. She's dressed in sort of this tracksuit. Looks like she's sort of hoity-toity about everything. She's got a bag that's with her. She's got a small dog in her bag. And she comes up to the door and she'll knock on it.
Gemma will let her in. Karen, I am so sorry for the cancellations.
Dereliction of duty is the only word I can think to describe what happened here.
Such a jerk.
Well, the room is set up. If you'd like, you can take Princess back with you. I do recommend that you leave her outside or back in your car because, as you recall, the last time she was in there, the aromatherapy that I used did agitate her quite severely. You did make mention of that.
I can't leave Princess in a car in this neighborhood.
Well, then maybe you should not have brought Princess to this neighborhood if you have a problem with the location of my business.
Out of the question. She comes with me everywhere. She is my emotional support dog. Just like you are my emotional support Reiki master.
Well, let's see what we can do about settling that, shall we?
I'm nervous. And she'll sit Princess down on the cash register. In the bag still. You stay out here until Mommy's done with her business, okay? And Princess is just a slack-jawed little Pomeranian who looks over. She's just happy to be alive.
Gemma looks at Princess and goes, "I know this isn't your fault, and I'm sorry." She pulls out the Alternity Atlas and pops Princess back to Karen's car, just to leave her outside, and then she'll head into the Reiki room where Karen is set up.
Princess immediately shits all over her bag.
Good.
Oh no. Just so it's not on the desk. Sorry. I knew I'd be the one to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Karen will go in, she will disrobe, and she'll get up on the massage table.
I hear that you've had a very tough time since I was out of...
Oh, you have no idea, Gemma, you have no idea. I've had to listen to everything my stupid husband has had to say without any source of centering of myself. I've had to deal with your awful employee.
My awful employee, you say?
Yes, you should really hire much better people to work for you.
Someone like yourself.
No, I would never work in an industry like this.
No? Why not?
That is beyond my pedigree.
So you believe yourself to be above myself, even the person who centers you?
You understand the nature of our relationship. It is servant-servee.
Oh. Is that what this is? So,
man.
So you believe that because you continue to come here, that you are entitled to certain things, you are entitled to act a certain way, and you do not think there are any repercussions for said actions.
Well, yes, it's called customer service, dear. You've been very good at it for the last few years.
Well, let's get to work then, shall we? And this is the deepest massage that Karen has ever received from Resonance. This massage will leave her literally sore and unable to really do anything other than move about very slowly and gingerly for the next couple of days. She will feel excellent afterwards. But the initial response of this massage is just going to leave her in that almost like every little move I make hurts. But it is exactly what she needs to work through the issues for the massage part. For the Reiki, there is, as Gemma's kind of working through it, there are lines that cannot be unblocked because they are literally ground into how she sees herself and her place in the world. Resonant can't do anything about those.
She's got Reiki cholesterol.
Yeah, basically. She would love to clear that negative energy that just continues to ride up and down Karen's spine. The only thing that she can do is actually tap into one of her extra, one of the chakra lines, and actually, while she's working through it, it'll be the mind. As she's working through the mind, the crown chakra, Karen is getting the overwhelming sensation of actually being in a customer service role, having to deal with herself over and over and over again, such that when she is done, she is weeping from just from all of the emotions that have been released due to that, and the guilt that she is feeling from being a Karen. Not because her name is Karen, but being the meme.
God, I wish I could do
And
that.
I know, trust me. And really the only reason that Gemma can do that is because she understands the healing properties of the body along with the Reiki lines. And she'll flick the light on, and she'll be kind of standing at the door, and she'll look at Karen as she's getting off the table. And how are we feeling?
Sad.
Do you have something to say to me?
I'm sorry.
Sam will be in on Thursday. You will present yourself to her, and you will apologize for threatening her life. If you are not here on Thursday to apologize, this is the last session you and I will ever have. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Yes. I have the sudden urge to go to my kid's parent-teacher conference and respect the teacher.
Well, she'll give her a bottle of water. Take a few minutes. When you're ready, I will help you to your car. And hopefully, I will see you on Thursday.
Beautiful. Now, teacher. Bowman.
First off, I just have to say that was really satisfying.
Oh, so satisfying.
There is a summer job Calvin out there that wishes he could have done that. Okay, Bowman. So basically, once he got off the ship, he would, I guess, go down to the Freedom Hall's garage, get his motorcycle, and head on out of there.
I'll board the bow cycle.
Yes, he would get on the bow cycle, because he did indeed call it the bow cycle. And then he would go back to, first things first is probably getting changed. So he would take his bow cycle, probably taking as many side streets as he can to stay out of sight. I don't know what time of day it is when they get back.
It's afternoon.
Okay, then he will be as swift as possible. Trying to stealth his way through the city streets as he goes back to the South Side neighborhood and then goes to his secret headquarters, which is under one of the printing presses. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of the paper that his
The Freedom Ledger.
grandfather. Yes, Freedom Ledger. That's it. Yeah, so underneath one of the printing presses for the Freedom Ledger, sort of like hollowed out the basement, and he set up some equipment down there that's really just like close to this local area where he's been doing some, more street level stuff while he's not doing Freedom League activities. So in his headquarters, which I have lovingly named the Quiver, because obviously, so not the bow cave. I was tempted, but no. He will head down there, very quickly get changed. He does have a meeting that he has to go to, so he is going to first reach out and he's going to call Sophie. Like after he's like prepared in like civilian clothes, he's going to just try to contact Sophie, see if she's still there and what condition she's in right now.
Awesome. She will answer. Fletch, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. And he's gonna put on like his public facing persona. Not the grimdark bowman he's been for the past couple of weeks apparently, but more the cheerful, idle rich Fletch Beaumont the Third.
Where you
and
been for
he'll
the
s-
last 2 weeks? You like fall into a supermodel or something?
A couple of them actually. Had a bit of an injury, unfortunately. Tried to do some parasailing, but well, I figured if I could do it on water, I could do it on snow. So I hooked myself up to a snowmobile. Turns out I should have used skis instead of a snowboard. So I was out of commission for a bit. But I did learn some news about an old friend that I want to follow up on. But my priority right now is dealing with our own little projects.
Man, rich people can't even get hurt right.
Well, if we're successful, hopefully less people will be getting hurt around here too. As long as no one's snowmobiling around here.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about snowmobiles on the south side. I've been doing that stuff you've been asking me about. I've been moving some resources around, getting some contractors down here working. You were supposed to follow up with me about that.
You're right. Just again, supermodels, snowboards. Is there something pressing that's come up?
Look, Fletch, you're the one who came to me and said you wanted to make a difference, okay?
I did.
That Playboy
And
thing might work on the press or whatever and on your parents, but it's not going to fly with me, my friend.
You're right. I'm sorry. I should have been here. That was my responsibility, and I wasn't where I was supposed to be.
And
But I'm not going to let that happen. And I owe you
an
apology. And
yes,
I am
you
very
do.
Sorry.
Good job. There you go. See how hard was that?
Actually, I'm getting better at that.
Yeah,
Look,
well, don't pat yourself on the back yet, trust fund. All right.
Oh no, I far too sore for that. If you're in your office or something, I can come see you. You can properly talk in person.
Yeah. I'm actually not in my office right now. I'm down in one of the the kitchens that we're opening up.
Oh, excellent.
She'll give you the address.
I'll be right down there, and then I can, help you out for the rest of the evening. I'll try to make up those last weeks. I'll make that up to you and to everyone else.
Sounds good.
So yeah, he'll take a normal motorcycle, not one with a big old bow on the side. And yeah, he will head down to that location.
How embarrassing! You brought the wrong motorcycle.
Oh jeez. No one pressed that button. It's an oil slick.
And yeah, tell me a little bit about what's going on when you get down there, where Sophie is. Tell me a little bit about Sophie.
So Sophie is someone who sort of, I guess, works in the city. She lives in the South Side neighborhood, and Fletch has been on the side working with her to sort of like, I guess, help out in that area. Build like a new. One of the things he's working on is like building a new community center, as well as just like investing in like all the small businesses and schools and stuff in that area, as well as like medical clinics and things like that. Like he has money to spare, so his idea of trying to, I guess, because he had like a similar, I guess, train of thought that Resident had mentioned earlier. So his idea of helping out is much like how he throws arrows at problems. He's now just throwing money at the problem. That's sort of his train of thought. Sophie herself, sort of a, I guess, relatively youngish, maybe like mid to late 20s, young African American woman. I guess sort of like athletic and intelligent type, who's grown up in this neighborhood. So she's very, I guess, like focused on helping out. I don't like works for the city, and yeah, Fletch has just been working with her to do as much as he can around here. He did reach out to her after like reading something about her in the Freedom Ledger. It's a whole lot of points of a lot of power points of money. So yeah, like he's I don't know, just heading down to that area. I don't know how busy it would be right now. Probably very busy, I would imagine.
Yeah. You get down there and you see that Sophie's there. She's got a couple of contractors that she's working with. She sees you and sort of ushers you over, and they spread out this big blueprint for this new homeless shelter that they're getting ready to knock down this warehouse or renovate it into. And she'll just sort of she'll go over the plans with you and sort of get your feedback in on stuff. And you have a pretty decent evening, pretty decent conversation with her.
Okay. He will, like, again, as he arrives, he will, like, if they have a moment alone, he will actually apologize again for being away for so long. He'll just say, I'm really sorry that this all happened. I didn't expect to be gone for so long. Really, it only felt like a few hours. But I guess most of that was spent unconscious.
TMI. I don't need to know all that.
Right. So other than our projects, what else has been going on in the neighborhood? Anything else I need to know about?
Well, I did tell the person who brought me this that I'm not your secretary, but somebody did drop off a letter for you. It was an invitation, I think, to this gala that's going on at the end of the week. Yeah, downtown at the Super Museum or something. They're looking for, I guess, Playboy Fletch Beaumont to go down and class up the joint or something.
I very rarely class up anywhere. But thanks for that. Hey, if you want to come too, it would be a good chance to rub some elbows with some of the other wealthy people of the city. Might be a good idea to, meet a few more people. It's important who you know. Who you know is very important when it comes to this sort of thing.
Seems kind of fancy. Are you asking me to go with you as like a +1, as a business partner, what is this?
Well, really, it's I guess a +1 kind of thing. But
do you have a supermodel lined up?
Well, no. After that whole fiasco, no. This is more important than just grabbing any old supermodel or famous actress or famous singer or singer/actress/supermodel. You can do some actual good there. So I think it's more important.
Happy to be settled for. I'll be there.
It's not settling. You were literally the first person I asked. If you don't have anything, just let me know. I know a guy who knows a guy.
I can trust myself, Fletch. I'll see you there.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go.
All right.
He is weirdly sweating. He's weirdly sweaty right now.
And each of you in turn also receives this invitation from Sala. Dave, do you want it to arrive at your house, or do you want it to arrive elsewhere?
I guess this should probably come to my work address, because who knows if I'll be at my house when it gets there. Maybe I'll be on the street. I don't even know. So I figure since it's it's sort of coming across as a work function, I imagine that would come to the New Horizon media.
Well, you did get the instruction to cover it by your boss at New Horizon, but this is a letter from Sala, so he might send it directly to your house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought this was the same. Okay, gotcha.
All right. So, with everybody receiving their invitations to go to the Super Gala, and everybody getting Reiki massages from Gemma throughout the week if they're willing to receive them.
I don't know. I heard Karen had a rough time.
I kind of just want to open that can of worms and have you guys hang out at the Reiki session, but we'll see what happens when we get back. We're going to go ahead and take our quick little break, everybody. Thank you for sticking it out with us tonight. I know it's a little slower than usual, but I'm having a great time letting everybody's characters breathe a little bit and not running from fight to fight to fight.
Exactly.
We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Go ahead and stretch, get a snack, get some water, whatever you need to do, and we'll see you in just a minute.